Hello, my name is Jen. I am the Unorthodox Healer. I'm based in Scotland in the UK, and this is a tarot card reading which celebrates the start of the astrological new year, which is marked by the spring equinox, which is the 25th of March. So the idea is that this will give us 12 cards, and we will go through each card for each of the next 12 months, and we will see as to what Spirit thinks there is in store for us. This is for any Leos, whether that is for your sun, moon or rising sign. I only take cards that jump out at me. I don't read reversals, and you are very welcome here. I think that that is probably enough cards, so I will collect them all up, give them a bit of a shuffle. Oops. And we will see as to what cards we have. So we will start with April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and again I have February and March. I ask Spirit for 12 cards for each month of the year, and they absolutely give them to me. Isn't Spirit incredible? So, Leo, let's see what we have for you for the next 12 months. So, for April, this coming month, we have the Empress, and the Empress is a beautiful card. It's a Major Arcana card, and it is about fertility and abundance. It might be that you have a feminine energy coming into your life, but it's an energy of good times and everything turning round. April is the start of spring for us. I'm up in the northern hemisphere, so for us, April is certainly a time when the flowers start to come out. And I think that April is going to be a really, I want to say, sort of halcyon days. It's just when you feel as though everything's coming good, that you can't put a foot wrong, and everything is kind of blossoming for you. In May, you have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands can be seen as something which is coming in and coming in quickly. It might also be that you have lots of ideas and you just can't quite keep a grip on everything that's going on in your head. Everything's kind of you've got so many ideas going on in your head. You're triggering all of these different parts of your brain. There's sort of rays of light going everywhere, and you're firing these ideas off. And it is just saying, steady back a little bit in May. Think more clearly and more rationally about things, because you might just feel a little bit, I won't say out of control, but just as though everything's a little bit too much for you. In June, we have the Princess of Swords. And this is, in typical decks, the Page of Wands. Page of Swords. And she is very self-assured. And she is also feeling the effects of things that have happened to her in the past. She's very self-assured and happy where she is, and she has this sort of prosperity. She has these butterflies just sort of buzzing around her head, and they're signs of ideas and new beginnings coming. But she has her sword pointed down the way, and she's looking to the left, which is her looking back to the past. She also has this scroll in her hand, and she's not only pointed to the ground, but she's also pointing up to the air, and she has this sort of scroll. I think that in June you may have a new opportunity coming to you, or you just might have a new situation which you're quite excited about. But at the same time, you are still a little bit wary and nervous of whatever this situation is. And I think that that's not a bad thing. But you shouldn't dwell on it. You should you should stop looking at the past and look forwards to see what this new opportunity might be for you. In July, you have another Major Arcana card, and that's the Justice card. And this might go back to where you were in May with the Ace of Wands. You might just have calmed your thinking down a little bit. You might feel more balanced. Justice isn't necessarily about a wrong being righted. It's just potentially that you have everything sussed. That nothing is particularly difficult for you. You are stood on the knife edge of this sword, which shows that you have your emotions in check. And it just shows that you have everything well balanced and you're a well-rounded individual in July. In August, you have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands in this deck is about possibly keeping quiet about an idea that you have. This hawk has got all of these shiny things in its nest, and it has these ideas which are hovering around its head. The birds that are circling it have got eyes, and this is maybe saying, I think that you're onto something, but just keep it quiet at the moment. Now, August isn't the right time to be shouting about something that you want to be doing with your life. In September, you have the Devil card. And the Devil card isn't necessarily something that everybody should be scared about. The Devil card is about change. It can also mean that you're tied to something which perhaps you shouldn't be. These people you can see are chained. They're not only chained to each other, but they're also chained to this devil-like spirit behind them. This might be the reason why in the preceding month in August you were being recommended that you just needed to keep quiet about something. September, have you got something that you feel like you should be giving up? Was it a New Year resolution that you've sort of wished you'd carried on with and you didn't? It's quite interesting that, again, it's directly under the Empress as well. Perhaps there is too much of something in your life which you feel that you need to get rid of. In October you have Judgment. You've got a lot of major, big energies in this reading, Leo. And Judgment is about letting things go. It's sort of the opportunity to repent of your sins, if you like, and start afresh. the person who also did these cards spelled judgment wrong. So I don't think that you should be beating yourself up about the mistakes that you've made in the past in October. Everything is a learning experience. We don't do anything wrong. Whatever does happen is something that we really can't change. The past is the past. And we just have to try and see it as an experience and something to learn from and move forwards. So I think in October, you have the opportunity to just have a bit of a rebirth, really. That if you choose to want to move on from the past, from this slightly suffocating energy that you had previously, that you will, I wouldn't say you oh God, you will be reborn. At the end of the day, you are absolutely in control of your emotions and your life. So it is only you who can make that change and that fresh start. In November, you have the Prince of Wands, and that is typically the Knight of Wands, and he is on a mission. He's on the back of I think it's a griffin or a phoenix. There's fire everywhere, and he is flying pretty fast into the future with an idea. He's got a flaming wand. He's got this really hot idea which he wants to tell everybody about. This might go back to this situation in August where we had these ideas and we were just being recommended that we just keep them to ourselves for a bit. But November, it's saying that whatever this idea is one to go for. In December, we have another major arcana, and that is the Hanged Man, and it's underneath the Justice card as well. The Hanged Man is about being able to see things from other people's perspective, about not being too hasty, and to just see things for what they really are. And it's about contemplation. It can be about meditation as well, but you're in a really good position. You have a lot going on, and it's just telling you to perhaps just throttle it back. I think that you were all excited and enthused about something in November, and in December it's just guiding you to perhaps be a little bit more wary of the things that happened in November. In January, you have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is a very self-assured person. It can be you, or it can be somebody who you know or who is going to come into your life. It shows a wiseness. It shows that you are very capable, and that you really, you're very balanced. You're not fazed by anything, and life is good. It's about wisdom and emotional maturity. Whether this is you, or whether this is a calming influence that is going to come into your life in January, I'm not sure, but we shall find out. In February, we have the Moon card, and the Moon is sometimes seen as somebody hiding something from you, things that you can't see, But from my point of view, it is about what keeps you awake at night and needing to deal with what it is which haunts you when you're trying to get to sleep at night. I think that we all have things that haunt us, whether we like it or not. And the moon card is telling you in February that you need to do some work on yourself. That it's all about balance. You can see there are the 2 towers and the 2 dogs. But there is also, perhaps going back to the Hanged Man card, that you might find that you have to see things from somebody else's perspective as well in February, and it will improve you. It will be to your betterment to see it that way. The last card, which is for March 2025, is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is a card about endings. It's a card where you have felt like you've got too much on your plate and you are getting over that. You've had enough. You've come, it's almost like you've been on a long journey and you are wanting to see your life becoming lighter. And this card shows that if you put the work in, mainly mentally, on your sort of your own worth and your own beliefs and concerns, that you will see the end to that sort of burden, which perhaps you've been feeling that you have too much of. So it's showing that the load is going to lighten. It might be an emotional load as well, from the card that you had previously. It might be that you have been doing the work. Then the Ten of Wands does signal that you're making yourself more aware of your own needs and other people's viewpoints. And it reminds you not to take on too much responsibility as well, because there's only so much that we can do. I hope that's been useful, Leo. Thank you for listening. I would love it if you would like or leave me a comment. And I'm quite new to YouTube, so I would be really grateful for a subscribe as well. I do regular tarot readings, and I also do pendulum readings, which give you, they're generally shorts, and they give you a yes or no answer to whatever question or dilemma you might have. I hope this has been useful. Thank you for getting to the end. I do appreciate it. And I will speak to you again soon, Leos. All right. Happy New Year. Bye.